Hello everyone, welcome to Sam's Summaries. This episode is a deep dive discussion into Sam Fury's summary of the book The Do-Re-Mi of Singing by Aventuras De Viaje. It has been created with the help of AI. You can read the original summary at samfury.com.
All right, music lovers, get ready, because we're diving deep into the world of singing today.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, and we've got the do-re-mi of singing leading the way.
Okay.
And this is, it's way more than just, how to survive karaoke night kind of tips.
Right.
This is a real deep dive into what it takes to sing well.
Yeah, for sure.
No matter what your goals are, whether you want to be a professional or just sound better in the shower.
Totally.
We've got you covered.
I think one of the things that really struck me about this book was it kind of like reframes the whole idea of singing.
Okay.
It's not just about like raw talent. It's about discipline and dedication and approaching your voice as an instrument.
That's a good point.
Like
you would any other skill.
Exactly. It's so true.
Yeah.
And the do-re-mi of singing actually really stresses the importance of finding the right guide.
Absolutely.
It's like having someone to help you navigate your unique voice.
A vocal GPS? Yeah, a vocal GPS.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
And one thing that stood out to me was really making sure you're finding a teacher that matches your specific goals.
Oh, okay.
So, are you aiming for Broadway?
Right.
Or are you more of a shower serenader? Right? And your teacher should understand your aspirations and tailor their approach accordingly.
I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
So it's not just about finding like a good teacher.
Right.
It's about finding the right teacher.
Yes, exactly.
Someone who really gets what you want to do with your voice. But even with the best teacher in the world, there's one thing that you absolutely have to have, and that's practice.
Absolutely. Consistent, focused practice is like the cornerstone of vocal development.
Totally.
Think of it like building a muscle.
Okay.
You wouldn't expect to bench press 100 pounds after one gym session.
No.
Right.
No, it takes time.
It takes time, effort, a whole lot of reps to build that strength and that stamina.
And it's not just about like mindlessly singing.
Right.
It really delves into some effective practice techniques.
Right. It talks about things like targeted warm-ups, breath control exercises, even using a metronome to improve your rhythm and your timing.
A metronome.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's serious.
It can get serious.
That's taking it to the next level. Before we get to complex techniques, let's talk about something fundamental. Voice health.
Yes.
That's like the foundation of our singing house, right?
Right.
Your voice is an instrument.
Yes.
And taking care of it is non-negotiable.
Yeah, it's like tuning a priceless violin.
Yeah.
You wouldn't just mindlessly strum away without giving it the TLC it deserves.
And that TLC involves a lot more than just, not screaming at people.
Right. Exactly.
Right. The book actually goes really deep into some practical aspects of voice care.
Exactly. It talks about the importance of hydration, the impact of diet, and then the surprisingly damaging effects of things like smoking and even whispering too much.
I never realized that whispering could be harmful.
It can be.
Wow. Okay. I'm learning so much already.
Yeah.
And speaking of surprising, the book mentions all these warm-up rituals that even professionals swear by.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently, some of them look really funny if you were just watching someone do them.
Yeah, you could see your favorite pop star backstage doing lip trills and tongue rolls and these weird hissing sounds.
Yeah.
It might seem silly, but those exercises are designed to loosen up the vocal cords, improve breath control, and prepare the voice for the demands of singing.
Okay, I'm adding tongue rolls to my pre-karaoke routine for sure.
You should.
But speaking of breath control,
the
book highlights breathing from the diaphragm, not from the chest.
Right.
And they even suggest this hissing technique to practice.
Oh, interesting. Hiss like a snake.
Yeah.
It's actually harder than it sounds.
Right. Makes you realize how much we take breathing for granted.
We do.
But this exercise really helps you control the release of air.
Right.
It strengthens your diaphragm. It gives you more stamina when you sing, building your vocal endurance.
Exactly.
All right, so you've got a handle on your breath control.
Okay.
Now it's time to find your vocal range.
Right.
The do-re-mi of singing recommends using a piano or a keyboard to find your highest and lowest notes.
Yeah, it's like a treasure hunt.
It is like a treasure hunt for your own voice.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I did that. It was so cool to realize all the different notes my voice could make.
It's amazing.
And it's not just about hitting those high notes.
Right.
It's about understanding the full spectrum of your voice.
That whole landscape from those lows to those highs and learning how to navigate it with confidence and control.
Okay, so you've mapped out your vocal territory.
All right.
What's next?
Well, let's explore genres.
Oh, okay.
Right. The dorime of singing encourages singers to try on all these different musical styles.
Like pop, rock, jazz, classical.
Everything.
Everything.
Yeah, it's like finding your musical fashion sense.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
You get to try on all these different outfits. See which one feels most authentic, comfortable for your voice.
So you're saying it's not just about what sounds good.
Right.
It's about what feels good
Yeah.
to sing, too.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
And the book even suggests recording yourself singing in different genres.
Yes.
So you can get a better sense of what suits you.
It's like having your own personal A&R rep.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Helping you discover your musical niche.
Speaking of recording yourself, that brings up another point. Using technology to enhance your singing journey.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about dusty old metronomes anymore.
Right.
There are so many tools available to singers now.
Like singing apps that offer interactive exercises and feedback.
Right.
Online platforms where you can connect with coaches and other singers from all over the world.
It's like a virtual toolbox for your voice.
It really is.
That's amazing.
But even with all the fancy gadgets and apps, the core principles of good singing remain the same.
Those fundamentals,
Yes.
like breath control, vocal technique, ear training, those are the building blocks
For sure.
of a strong and expressive voice.
So, it's interesting how the book talks about vocal exercises.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just like rote repetition. It's about really understanding the why behind each exercise, how it targets specific things in your voice.
Okay, give me some examples.
All right, so for beginners,
Yeah.
the dorime of singing recommends things like lip bubbling,
Okay.
gentle humming.
Lip bubbling.
Yeah, just to get a feel for breath control and resonance.
Yeah.
Gently warming up those vocal cords.
I can definitely see myself lip bubbling while I'm making dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a little vocal workout while you're doing your chores.
Multitasking.
Exactly.
So what about when you graduate from humming in the kitchen?
Yeah, what's next?
The book suggests incorporating scales and arpeggios.
Ooh, scales.
Yeah.
I remember struggling with scales when I first started taking singing lessons.
Yeah.
It felt so technical,
Yeah.
but now I understand how important they are.
Yeah, for building vocal strength and control.
Okay, so scales are good.
Scales are good.
What about, like, more advanced stuff?
So for those who want to really challenge themselves, the book talks about trills.
Trills.
Those rapid alternations between two notes.
Oh, yeah, those are hard.
They are hard.
I'm always impressed when I hear singers do those really well.
It's like vocal acrobatics.
It is, it is.
So, we can practice all these things.
Yeah.
But one thing that can really get in the way is stage fright.
Oh, tell me about it.
Right.
Even just thinking about karaoke night with my friends, I get butterflies.
It's so common.
Yeah.
It's a natural response to, being in the spotlight.
Right.
But the dorime of singing actually gives some techniques
Okay, got
for managing those nerves.
Okay.
Like deep breathing exercise.
Deep breathing.
Yeah, to regulate your heart rate.
Yeah, it's like hitting the reset button on your nervous system.
And it's not just like any breathing.
Okay.
It's engaging your diaphragm.
Right.
Which is, your powerhouse for vocal projection.
So it's not just about calming the nerves.
Right.
It's about, like, empowering your voice.
Exactly.
Through breath work. Okay, so deep breathing. What else?
Visualization.
Oh, visualization.
Creating a mental picture of yourself performing successfully.
So like giving your mind a sneak peek at a winning performance.
Exactly. Rewiring those negative thoughts.
Yeah.
And boosting that self-assurance.
I like that a lot.
And visualization isn't just a one-time thing.
Right.
It's a practice.
Yeah.
It's like building that mental muscle.
Of confidence.
Of confidence and resilience.
I love how this book approaches singing from a holistic perspective.
Yeah.
It's not just the technical stuff.
Right.
It's about the mind-body connection.
Absolutely.
And how our mental state impacts our voice.
It's all connected.
And that holistic approach also extends to self-care.
Yes.
The dorime of singing talks about the importance of sleep, hydration, balanced diet.
It's all crucial.
Yeah, if you're running on junk food and no sleep.
Yeah, your voice is going to reflect that.
Your voice is going to know.
Like neglecting to change the oil in your car.
Yeah, eventually it catches up with you.
It's going to break down.
The dorime of singing really stresses that taking care of yourself is taking care of your instrument. And that includes
your posture,
breathing habits.
it's tension.
Yeah, tension.
Finding that balance
Yeah.
between effort and ease, power and control.
Yeah. And the book has exercises for releasing tension
It does.
and finding a posture that supports good singing.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've got relaxation techniques, self-care tips, posture awareness. What else does the Durimai of singing have to say about this journey?
Well, it talks about choosing a path that aligns with you.
Okay.
Your goals, your personality.
Right.
Because not everyone wants to be a professional performer.
Yeah.
Some people just sing for joy.
Right.
Or they like singing in groups.
Right.
Maybe amateur theater.
Yeah.
There's so many options.
Like there's a whole singing ecosystem out there.
There is.
And the Durimai of singing is like, explore it. Find what you love.
Exactly. What resonates with you.
Yeah.
And your musical aspirations.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
No.
It's all about finding what works for you.
And that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
The journey of singing is so diverse.
It is.
As diverse as the voices themselves. I'm excited to put all this knowledge into practice.
Yeah, we've explored the foundations. We've talked about techniques.
Yes.
Now it's time to really use it all.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
become better singers.
This section of the book really feels like a treasure chest of practical advice.
Okay, I like it.
And one of the first things that I thought was really useful is the idea of recording yourself.
Recording yourself?
Yeah, I know it can be scary.
Yeah, it can be.
But it's so helpful.
It's like the first time I heard myself singing on a recording, I was like, oh, wow.
Right.
I had no idea I did that.
You hear all these little things you're not even aware of.
Like rushing the tempo.
Yeah.
Or like my pitch is all over the place.
Breathing in weird spots.
Yeah, it's like having a vocal coach in your pocket.
It really is.
Giving you instant feedback.
Absolutely.
And speaking of vocal coaches.
Okay, yeah.
The Durimai of singing also has some good advice on finding one.
Right.
Like, let's say I want to take lessons. What should I be looking for?
It's so important to find someone who not only knows their stuff, but also aligns with your goals.
Okay.
Your musical style, your personality.
So it's more than just finding a good coach.
It's about the right fit.
Right.
Yeah, like interviewing for a personal trainer.
Yeah, okay. So how do you do that?
Well, the book says ask about their teaching style.
Okay.
Their experience. How they handle different challenges.
So you really get a sense of, like, if you're going to vibe with them.
Absolutely.
But even with the best coach in the world, the book makes it clear that it really comes down to you.
Your dedication, your
commitment.
to practice, to get better.
It's all about consistent effort.
Totally.
And being willing to step outside your comfort zone.
That's where the growth happens.
Exactly. Yeah.
So before we wrap up, there's one last piece of advice I want to highlight.
Okay.
Finding your own unique vocal style.
That's such a good point.
The book encourages you to experiment, try different techniques, get inspiration from your favorite singers,
right?
But ultimately, develop your own sound.
Your vocal fingerprint.
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
And that process never really ends.
Right.
Your voice evolves.
It does.
And your style will too.
So it's not about finding the perfect style.
Right.
And just staying there.
No.
It's about letting it evolve.
Yeah, embracing that journey.
All right, that's a perfect note to end on.
I think so too.
Thanks for tuning in to Sam's Summaries. If you found this episode useful, let us know with a like, follow, and share. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to visit samfury.com to get free access to all of Sam's original summaries. You can also get any of Sam's books and other exclusive content. It's all completely free at samfury.com.